There's something new being discussed that could seriously impact a lot of people's future savings, especially if you don't currently have a retirement plan. President Donald Trump has proposed a new retirement savings program that would include a government match of up to $1,000 per year. On the surface, that sounds generous. But there's an important detail many people are misunderstanding. This is not automatic money. A lot of people hear $1,000 match and assume you just sign up and receive it. That's not how it works. So if you've ever felt behind on retirement, or maybe you haven't started saving at all, this proposal could matter more than you think. But the fine print really changes the picture. Let me ask you something honestly. Do you currently have any retirement savings set up? Even a small account? Because that's really what this whole plan is trying to address. What problem is this plan trying to solve? Right now, tens of millions of Americans don't have access to a workplace retirement plan. No 401k. No employer match. Nothing built into their paycheck. And if you've ever worked a job like that, you know how easy it is not to save. Not because you don't care, but because there's no automatic system helping you do it. Most people who successfully build retirement savings do it through work. Money comes out of their paycheck automatically. Sometimes their employer adds extra. Over time, it grows. But if that structure isn't there, saving becomes something you have to think about and manually do every month, and that's where many people fall behind. How this new proposal would work: the idea is to create a new type of retirement account, one that doesn't depend on your employer. It's often compared to the federal government's Thrift Savings Plan, TSP, a simple, low-cost investment account with limited, straightforward options. Under this proposal, you could potentially sign up on your own, possibly through a government website or even during tax filing. That means gig workers, part-time workers, and employees without benefits could finally have structured access to retirement investing. That alone is a significant shift. Access has been one of the biggest barriers. The $1,000 match. Here's the reality. Now let's talk about the part everyone is focused on: the $1,000 government match. Here's what match actually means. The government does not give you $1,000 automatically. You must contribute your own money first. Based on similar existing programs, you would likely need to contribute around $2,000 per year to receive the full $1,000 match. That's essentially a 50% match. And to be fair, a guaranteed 50% boost on your contribution is powerful. If someone offered you a guaranteed 50% return on your money, you'd probably take it. But here's where it gets more complicated. Not everyone qualifies. The full match would likely be aimed primarily at lower-income workers. As income increases, the match would gradually phase out and eventually disappear. So right away, this benefit wouldn't apply equally to everyone. And there's another important issue. You need to have the money available to contribute. If someone is living paycheck to paycheck, covering rent, groceries, gas, medical bills, saving $2,000 per year, about $40 per week, may feel unrealistic. That's one of the biggest criticisms of the proposal. It rewards people who can already save, but it may not fully help those struggling just to get by. For many people, the problem isn't lack of knowledge. Most people understand they should save. The problem is cash flow. The supporters of the plan make a different point. They argue that getting people into the habit of saving, and giving them access to the stock market, is how long-term wealth is built. Even small, consistent contributions can grow significantly over decades due to compounding. And that's true. A lot of Americans never start investing simply because they never had access or guidance. This proposal is designed to bring more people into that system. It's about participation. The political reality. Another key detail. While an administration can create the framework for these accounts, the funding for a $1,000 match would likely require approval from Congress. That means parts of the plan could move forward relatively quickly, like account access, but the guaranteed match itself depends on legislation. So nothing is fully locked in yet. The bigger shift over time. Years ago, many workers relied on pensions. Companies guaranteed retirement income. Over time, that shifted to individual responsibility, 401ks and IRAs where you manage and fund your own account. This proposal sits somewhere in the middle. It keeps individual accounts but adds government support to encourage participation. It's not replacing the system. It's expanding it. A simple example. Let's make it practical. If you save $40 per week, that's about $2,000 per year. With a $1,000 match, your total annual contribution becomes $3,000. Invested consistently over years, that difference can compound into something meaningful. But again, if $40 per week feels out of reach, the benefit becomes harder to access. And that tension is at the heart of this entire proposal. What would you invest in? The accounts would likely offer simple, low-cost options, broad stock market funds, bond funds, maybe target date funds. Not dozens of complicated choices. And honestly, simple is often better. Too many options can lead to decision paralysis. A limited, low-cost structure may help people stay consistent. There's also a broader philosophy behind this idea: expanding stock market participation. Policymakers believe more Americans should benefit from long-term economic growth through ownership, not just wages. Whether that works depends on participation. Access alone doesn't guarantee action. So what does this mean for you? If this proposal moves forward and you qualify, it could be a strong opportunity to boost your retirement savings, especially if you're already contributing. If you're not saving at all, it could be a way to get started. But it's not something to rely on as your only retirement strategy. It's a supplement, not a complete solution. The key takeaway: this is not free money. You must contribute. You must qualify. And the final structure still depends on legislation. It has potential. It could help close a real gap in the system. But its impact ultimately depends on who can realistically use it. As more details emerge, this is definitely something to watch. Because small policy changes, especially around retirement, can quietly shape people's financial futures in a big way over time.